Hi, I'm Justin Letellier, Manager of AV Classroom Technology and Print Services here at Bay Path University. Today we're going to go over the new technology that's been installed in the classrooms on the Longmeadow and East Longmeadow campuses to accommodate the hybrid modalities that you as a faculty member will be engaging in this semester. If you've taught in one of our classrooms in the past, the basic equipment is still here, and much of it will be familiar to you. However, we have added some new hardware, and there may be some changes to how you interact with the equipment that you'll need to be aware of as you return to campus. Plus, I'll try to offer some suggestions along the way. Each room comes equipped with an instructor PC, an Extron control interface for interacting with the equipment in the room, a USB document camera, a small whiteboard, markers, and eraser, 2 microphones, a small wearable microphone for the instructor, and a throwable catchbox microphone for student participation, plus a projector and a pan-tilt zoom or PTZ camera that is capable of capturing the majority of the room. One thing to note is that the option to connect your personal computer by HDMI or VGA cable has been temporarily removed. This is because the new equipment is specifically configured to work with the computer in the room, and you would not be able to utilize the new hybrid technology without it. Another thing of note is that while we fully expect that most of you will be utilizing Zoom for your online courses, the hardware we've installed will work with basically any web or desktop platform. The camera and microphones we've installed work as glorified webcams, so any software that can accept USB video or audio will work. This includes software like Google Meet, GoToMeeting, Screencast-O-Matic, and many more. When you come into the classroom, the first thing you want to do is wipe down any equipment with the provided disinfectant wipes. This includes the keyboard, which you'll notice has a protective covering, the mouse, microphones, button panel, whiteboard, markers, and desktop surface. Now, let's get the system turned on. Press the on button on the Extron control panel. This will turn on the projector, set a default audio level, and bring the PTZ camera to the preset instructor position. Let's log into the computer. Tap the keyboard or mouse to begin, and then agree to our usage policy. Now enter your Bay Path username and password, and hit enter. The computer will now log you in and you'll have access to your full desktop. For today's demonstration, we're going to start a Zoom meeting. For your class, we suggest you set up the Zoom meeting in advance so you can share the meeting information with any student who'll be joining remotely. For more information about scheduling Zoom meetings within Canvas, visit support.baypath.edu. Zoom should be launched directly from the desktop of the computer by double-clicking the icon. We suggest that you launch Zoom this way because it will ensure that you are correctly logged into the Zoom client. Not being properly logged in can cause issues like having your meeting cut short or the instructor not having the appropriate host privileges. When I launch Zoom, a web browser will open and prompt me to log in with my Bay Path email and password. Once I've done so, the browser will ask me to allow it to open Zoom. Click Open Zoom Meetings. You are now logged into Zoom. If you click on your Meetings tab, you should see any upcoming scheduled meetings, including meetings scheduled through Canvas, Google Calendar, or the Zoom interface. To start the meeting, select it, and then click the Start button. Your meeting will now start and your camera and microphone will be enabled. Now's a good time to talk about the microphones in the room. Each room has 2 microphones, a wearable microphone on a lanyard for the professor, and a throwable catchbox microphone for the students. The instructor microphone should be plugged into its charging cable under the monitor or nearby the computer, depending on your room's configuration. Simply unplug the cable and put the lanyard around your neck so that the microphone hangs below your chin. Once unplugged and indicator light is a steady green, the microphone is turned on. It will not amplify your voice in the room, but will capture your sound for anyone joining remotely through Zoom. The throwable catchbox microphone should be sitting on its charging station. Once you pick it up, the microphone will be live. You can pass this microphone around to students in your class. We recommend keeping it no more than 4 to 5 feet from the person speaking so that they can be heard appropriately. Again, this microphone will not amplify their voice in the room, but is for the benefit of the people joining remotely. It's important to remind students to wait for the microphone before speaking so that everyone can hear them. One thing that you may want to remind your remote students of is that they should mute their microphones when they're not speaking. This will cut down on any distracting noises from students shuffling papers, roommates accidentally entering the room, or anything else. If you ever need to mute someone because of a disruption, you can do so a number of ways. First, you can simply hover over their video and click the mute button. You can also find them from the participants window and either mute or disable their video from there. Now let's talk about the video options in the room. Each room comes equipped with a pan-tilt-zoom or PTZ camera and a USB document camera. In Zoom, the cameras will show up as HoverCam Solo and USB Capture HDMI. The PTZ camera will be the camera that you will primarily use for remote students to get a sense of what's happening in the classroom. We've configured the rooms with 2 default preset positions, which can be selected using the Extron control panel. The first option is the podium preset. This is the preset position that the camera will go to when the system starts up and focuses on the instructor podium. The second option is the room preset. This may be a good angle if there's a discussion happening or small group work. In some rooms, an iPad may be available, which runs an application making more presets available to you. This is available primarily in the science labs, where more intricate camera movements are needed. One big change to teaching in the hybrid format is that it can be difficult for students joining remotely to see anything that is written on the whiteboard. This is why we provided each room with a document camera and a small whiteboard and markers at the podium. Instead of utilizing the whiteboard at the front of the room, instructors can write on the whiteboard at the podium, which can then be captured and presented to the remote students and to the students in the room. Let me demonstrate. So I'm currently in my Zoom meeting and I want to write something on the whiteboard. What I would suggest you do is from the Zoom interface, click the green Share button. Then click the Advanced tab at the top. Select Content from Second Camera, and then click Share. The video from your document camera will now show up in full screen mode and will be visible to the students in the room over the projector and shared to the remote students through the Zoom interface. What's nice is if you want to quickly switch back to the main PTZ camera, you can click on the Switch Camera button in the top left corner. This will switch back to the PTZ camera feed and allow the students to see what's happening in the room, and then allow you to switch back again by again clicking Switch Camera. If you have a PowerPoint or some other content you wish to share, you'll be able to share your desktop just as you would in any other Zoom meeting. Click the Share button, and then select Screen from the Basic menu, and click Share. This will show any content on your desktop to the students joining remotely and in the room. If you want to share content from your iPhone or iPad, the Air Server software is still available and can be used while sharing your desktop. While you're sharing any content, either from your desktop or the cameras, all of the participants in the Zoom meeting will be shown as thumbnails. You can change how this appears by clicking the icons at the top row. You can switch from seeing multiple people to just the active speaker or to no video at all. If you wish to record your class so that students are able to review it later, or if they are unable to join synchronously, we recommend recording the meeting using Zoom. Zoom allows you to record your meetings directly to their cloud platform, which makes it easy for distribution. In fact, if you created the meeting in Canvas using the Zoom integration, any cloud recordings will be automatically available to students through the Canvas platform. For more information on using Zoom within Canvas, visit support.baypath.edu and search for our article on scheduling a Zoom meeting within Canvas. To start the recording, click the Record button in the Zoom menu, and then select Record to the Cloud. The recording will now begin. At the end of your class, click the Stop button, and then confirm to stop the recording. You'll receive an email when the recording is available to be viewed. When class is over, there are a few things you need to do. First, turn off the projector by clicking the Off button on the Extron control panel. Next, log out of the computer. Return both mics to their charging places. The catch box should go on its charging station on the desk. The instructor microphone should be taken off and plugged into its charging cable. Return any markers and additional equipment to where it belongs on the instructor station. And then, using the provided disinfectant wipes, sanitize the podium and any equipment that was handled during the class period. And that's it for our hybrid classroom overview. And if you have any additional questions, or if you run into issues during your class period, feel free to reach out to our technicians at the help desk. They can be reached by emailing techsupport@baypath.edu or by calling 413-565-1487. Thank you for your time, and be well.